Yo, what's up guys, this is my 1 to 99 agility guide. In this guide I'm going to show you the best ways for you to get to 99 agility as well as some useful items to help you along your way. Now I know that I've been promising my dungeoneering guide for a while now, but that will come out next week. I plan on releasing 2 skill guides next week. It's going to be the dungeoneering one along with either prayer or runecrafting, I'm not sure which one yet. Maybe you guys can let me know which one you'd like to see more in the comments. But yeah, for now you got this one. So without further ado, let's get into it. As always, we're going to start off by looking at some useful items that you can use. The first one is this Nimble outfit. Now this Nimble outfit can be won from Treasure Hunter, and wearing this gains the XP that you gain from doing agility. Your XP will increase by 1% per piece, and there are 5 pieces in the set. However, if you're using the full set, you'll gain 6% extra XP instead of 5% extra XP. So if by any chance you have the full set or some parts of the set just lying around in your bank that you've won previously from Treasure Hunter, then I would highly recommend that you actually use them whilst you're training your agility. The next useful item are a couple of auras that you can use, and what these auras do is it prevents you from failing any obstacles that you're going to do. The normal sure-footed aura lasts for 20 minutes and the greater sure-footed aura lasts for 40 minutes. And also these do not cost a lot of loyalty points, so if you're going to be going for either 99 or even like 200 mil XP in agility, then I'd highly recommend getting this. I think it's only 17k loyalty points for both of them, so if you do have spare loyalty points, then I'd recommend that you go ahead and buy this, unless you're already like 77 plus agility and have unlocked the HEFIN agility course in Prif. If you have that, then don't buy this because you can't fail any of the obstacles in Prif. But anyway, yeah, like I said, if you have any spare loyalty points and you don't mind spending them, spend it on this. Next up we have Summer Pies, and this gives you a 5 level agility boost that is visible. And you may ask, why is the visible part important about this? Well, this just makes it so you can do agility courses that you haven't even unlocked yet. So let's say for example you are 72 agility. If you eat this, you can then use the HEFIN agility course in Prif. The HEFIN agility course requires 77 agility to use. However, like most stat boosters, this stat booster will go down after a while. And by after a while, it could be like 30 seconds to a minute, it's really not that long. So honestly, I wouldn't really recommend using and doing this, but it's really up to you on what you decide to do. These are Silverhawk boots, and they can either be won from Treasure Hunter or bought with 750 Thaler. And if you don't already know, Thaler is a currency that you get from playing minigames. You can earn around 12 Thaler every hour, so it does take ages if you want to get up to 750. However, Jagex have implemented a system that if you're playing the game that is currently spotlighted, you'll earn 1 Thaler every minute. So that's a potential 60 Thaler every hour, and then that really cuts down the time that it will take you to get these Silverhawk boots. But anyway, I've explained for too long how to get them, and I haven't even said what they are. Basically, you can charge these Silverhawk boots with Silverhawk feathers. And these Silverhawk feathers are around 20k gold each at the moment, and each feather that you use on the Silverhawk boots equates to 1 charge. And each charge used will give you agility XP depending on what your agility level is. And whilst you're wearing these boots, these charges will be used up automatically. They get used whenever you're like bossing or skilling or just running around. So it basically just trains up your agility without you having to actually do anything. It's just really expensive. For example, to get from 93 agility all the way up to 99, it will cost around 150 mil. So it's pretty much as expensive as training Herblore or Prayer. I just really wouldn't recommend doing it unless you have the money to do so or are just really lazy like me. But yeah, once again, it's up to you whether you decide to use it or not. Next up we have the Perfect Juju Agility Potion, and this item is only useful if you are going to be using the HEFIN Agility course. And what this does is that it increases the chance that the Cathedral Roof shortcut will be available, and it also increases the chance that a light creature will give you a reward. If you're going to be doing the HEFIN Agility course, which I'm going to explain more about later on in the video, then I'd highly suggest using this. It only costs about 40k in the Grand Exchange, and each dose lasts for 1 hour, so that's a total of 10k GP an hour, which is nothing, and it does give you these couple of benefits. So yeah, buy this from the Grand Exchange and chug it every hour. Similarly to the Perfect Juju Potion, this is the Light Creature Familiar, and this guy's special move will give you better rewards in the HEFIN Agility course for 6 minutes. It requires a summoning level of 88 in order to use it, and the special move scrolls that you need to buy are called the Enlightenment Scrolls. So yeah, just keep that in mind if you plan on using this. These are the Boots of Lightness, and these are obtained during the Temple of Ikov quest. And what these do is this decreases your weight by 4.5 kilograms when worn. And if you don't already know, the lighter you are in RuneScape, the more chance you have to succeed when you are doing an obstacle. So that being said, similarly to the Boot of Lightness, there are other weight reducers in the game. In the description, I've left you a link to a page on the RS Wiki that displays all of them. Just check them out and see which ones you can obtain or have obtained already, and then wear them whenever you plan on doing agility. So that is it for the useful items. Time to get into the actual training. From 1 to 18, you want to be training on the GNOME Stronghold Agility course. And obviously, no surprise here, this is located within the GNOME Stronghold. Each lap that you do of the course will grant you 86.5 XP, and you should expect to get around 7000 XP an hour. Once you're there, all you have to do is walk across the log, climb over the obstacle net, climb the tree branch, walk on the balancing rope, climb down this tree branch, climb over the obstacle net, and then finally squeeze through the final obstacle pipe. Alternatively to this, you can also do the Birth Up Agility Arena course. This is very similar XP per hour, and you don't have to travel all the way to the Tree Gnome Stronghold in order to do this. For this course, all you have to do is walk across the log, climb up the wall, scale on this balancing ledge, pass over this low wall, go across the monkey bars, and then finally jump down to the beginning. It's up to you on which one you decide to do. They're both very similar to each other. However, like I said, the Birth Up one is right there, and you most probably have the lodestone in order to get there very quickly, but at the end of the day, it's up to you on which one you decide you want to do. Next up, from 18 to 30, you want to be training on the Watchtower shortcut. This is located in Yanul, and every time you do this, you will gain 31 XP, and this will result in you getting 10k XP an hour. The location of this is over the northwestern wall of Yanul, so just make your way there and do what I'm showing you on screen now. All you have to do is climb this trellis on the outer side of the watchtower, and then once you've climbed up, go down again via the ladder, and then repeat the whole process. This is a very simple and very boring exercise, but I mean it's the best XP that you can get at this level, so unless you want to carry on with either of the agility courses that I mentioned previously, this is your best bet. Next up, from 30 to 52, we have an insane way of training agility, and that is by catching and releasing clockwork suits. The quest that you have to complete in order to do this is Cold War, and you can do this at any location, but after this I'm going to show you a good location for you to do this, and every time you catch one you will gain 12.5 XP. Now I know that may not sound like a lot, but you'll be getting 40,000 XP an hour. Now before we get into the actual training method, you have to make these clockwork suits yourself, so I'm going to show you how to do that. Now in order to be effective with this method, we're going to need 4 or more penguin clockwork suits. So for this example I made 6 just to be safe, and the ingredients we need to make this are steel bars, silk, and normal planks. So if we're going to make 6 clockwork penguin suits, then we're going to need 6 of each of those ingredients. Then once you have those ingredients, head down to your house, and in your house you need to have a workshop that has a crafting table, either 3 or 4. If you don't have one of those, then you're going to have to make one, and then once you've made it, sit at your crafting table and make 6 clockwork mechanisms. This will turn all your steel bars into clockwork mechanisms, and then once you've done that, sit at your crafting table again, and then click on clockwork toy, and then clockwork penguin. And then for this step you have to do it 6 times as well. And after all that's done, you'll have 6 clockwork penguins in your inventory. Now earlier on I said that I have a special place where you can go to do this. Well, here it is. Head down to Falador and then go to the White Knight Castle, and then you want to head to the very eastern side and go up all the eastern ladders. The reason this location is so good is because it's a confined space, and that's exactly what you need in order to do this method. So once you're at the top, before we get started, click on one of the penguins, and this will wind the penguin up. Now what you want to do is you want to drag that penguin onto your ability bar, and then you want to drag another penguin that isn't wound up yet onto your ability bar as well. And you want to bind those 2 abilities to keys that you can easily press. For this example I used E and R. And what you want to do after that is you want to set your camera up very similar to mine, and then you just want to spam the 2 keys that you set your penguins to, and you also want to spam click in the same place that I'm clicking as well. So let me just tell you what's going on here. One of your keys is going to be winding up the penguins, and then your other key is going to be releasing them. And what your clicking does is it picks up the penguins as they get released, and it also moves your character as well, so you can drop more than one at a time. Because if you try and drop one penguin on top of another one, it will not let you. So yeah, unless you haven't noticed already, this method is very click intensive. However, it is very worth it, because 40k XP an hour at level 30 is just insane. However, if you don't want to do this because it is too click intensive for you and you just can't be bothered, then I do have another way for you to train up your agility throughout these levels. At level 35 to either level 48 or 52, you can train at the Barbarian outpost. The mini quest that is required in order to train here is the bar crawl mini quest, and obviously this is located at the Barbarian outpost. You can easily access here by using a games necklace, and here you will gain 139.5 XP per lap, and this will result in 10k to 12k XP an hour. For this obstacle course, you have to go across the rope swing, across the log balance, up the obstacle net, across the balancing ledge, and then finally over the 2 crumbling walls. This is a really simple obstacle course and it's really easy to do. However, like I said previously, I do recommend doing the clockwork suits instead of this. At level 48 to level 70, you can do the ATOLL agility course. The quest required in order to do this is Monkey Madness, and this is located on the ATOLL. Every lap that you do this, you'll gain 580 XP, and you should expect to get around 25k to 30k XP an hour. Remember that you need a Ninja Grigri in order to access and do this course, and the agility course on the ATOLL island is located here. All you have to do for this agility course is jump to the stepping stone, climb up the tree, swing across the monkey bars, climb up the skull slope, swing across the rope swing, and then climb down the vine. Now bear in mind that this is one way to train throughout these levels, however I do actually highly recommend doing the next agility course that I'm going to mention, and that is the Wilderness Agility course. You can start doing this once you hit level 52 agility, and I recommend doing it all the way up to level 70. This agility course is located very deep in the wilderness. It is in the northwestern corner of the wilderness. Just look at your map and you'll see it. And every time you complete a lap, you'll gain 571.5 XP, and this will mean that you'll gain 35k to 40k XP an hour. Now before I go on further, there's this item called the Demonic Skull, and this can be bought from the Mage of Zamorak for 550k, and the Mage of Zamorak is located just north of Edgeville in the wilderness. This mage is the one that sends you to the Abyss, and what this Demonic Skull does is when you have it equipped, every agility level that you get past 50, you will gain 4% more XP in the Wilderness Agility arena. So since you're going to be starting out at level 52 agility, if you have the Demonic Skull with you, you'll gain 8% XP because that is 2 levels past level 50. So since you're going to be getting 4% more bonus XP per level, that is why you're going to be gaining 8% more XP. And then let's say you gain an agility level and you get level 53 agility, then you'll gain 12% more bonus XP, and so on. So you can buy the Demonic Skull early, but a lot of people say it's not worth it since you might get PK'd in the wilderness, and if you get PK'd in the wilderness, then you will lose your Demonic Skull, and then that's like 550k down the drain. However, to be honest, it's really up to you whether you decide to use it now or use it later. However, do bear in mind that the XP that is displayed on screen right now is without the Demonic Skull equipped. So let's take a look at what you need to do within the course. Firstly, you have to go through the obstacle pipe, then across the rope swing, across the stepping stones, across the log balance, and then finally up the rocks. This is a really quick agility course, and it also does get to the point where it is insane agility XP as well. That's why you can also do this method all the way up to 99 if you really wanted to, because once you reach the late 90s, you'll almost be getting 3 times the amount of XP that you should be getting. And that means you'll be getting around 120k to 140k XP an hour. However, if you don't want to carry on doing this all the way up to 99, you can head down to Prif if you've completed the Plague Zen quest and start training on the HEFIN agility course. Here you will gain between 704 and 1593 XP per lap, and this all depends on your agility level and if the Voice of Seren is active in the HEFIN district. The higher your agility level, the more XP you'll get, and if the Voice of Seren is active in the HEFIN district, you'll get more XP as well. And during the higher levels of training here, you will gain between 120k and 140k XP an hour. Now before I show you the course and a way to make this completely AFK, I'm just going to explain a couple of things first. This agility course has a velocity system, and all this velocity system does is when the bar reaches the very end, the next obstacle will be done automatically and you'll gain the full XP from it. It will just be gained automatically, so to be honest you don't really have to worry about that, just let the game do its thing. And also there are shortcuts in this agility course as well. There are 2 shortcuts, there's the window shortcut and the light creature shortcut. The window shortcut is after the traverse cliff section, and the light creature shortcut is on the roof of the cathedral at the zipline. These shortcuts will not always be available, they'll just spawn at random times, and you don't have to use the shortcuts. And you may be asking, why would I not want to use a shortcut? Well, the shortcut will not give you any XP, it will only skip the part that you're on. However, do not worry, you'll gain XP for completing the full course at the very end. So yeah, like I said, it's up to you whether or not you want to use the shortcuts that are available to you. Now I'm going to show you how to make this course pretty much AFK for you. Well, it's not really AFK, you just won't have to move your mouse whatsoever. So firstly, head down to the very beginning of this agility course in the HEFIN district, and then you want to stand where I'm standing, which is 1 square north of the western light creature. And then you want to set up your camera so it's exactly like this. You want that circular bunny rabbit window to be in between these 2 branches like this, and then you also want that door to the right of it to be under these 2 branches like this as well. You can easily set this up, I remember it only took like 30 seconds last time I did it. If you feel the need that the changing of your camera direction is too sensitive, then just go to your controls and turn these settings all the way down and this will make it a lot easier for you. And then once you've got it all set up, I know you can't see my mouse on the screen, but all you have to do is click a tiny bit to the left of you on the stairs, and then from that point on, do not move your mouse. And then every time an obstacle is complete, just click, and then you'll be moved on to the next one without having to even think about it or just even moving your mouse in general. You can go throughout the whole course doing this, and your guy will also take the light creature shortcut as well whilst doing this, which is pretty cool. Also, if you are going to do this using this method, then you probably shouldn't be using the light creature familiar. I tried using it here once and it just messed up the whole thing. The light creature just got in the way of my clicking and it just messed it up. So you can try it with the light creature familiar if you really wanted to, but I wouldn't recommend it. And that is the end of the main training methods, but there is one last thing that I want to show you. From level 75 plus, you can do Serenity posts in Prif, and this can give you up to 20,000 experience per day. All you have to do is head down to the HEFIN district once again, and this is located just east of the main agility course, and all you have to do is stand on one of these crystal rocks either to the north or to the south, and then a window will pop up where you can change your pose, and all you have to do is follow the correct pose, which is at the very top of your screen. It usually takes less than 10 minutes to get the full 20k XP from doing this, and it's also just a decent daily thing to do if you're not in a rush to get 99 agility. But anyways guys, that is the end of the guide. I hope this helped you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and as always, thank you for watching, subscribe if you're new, and peace!